Hello, North Country, and welcome to Peru Central School's Apple Bowl for Champlain Valley Athletic Conference varsity football. Today, the Peru Central School Indians meet the Saranac Lake Central School Red Storm. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Goose Gagnon. Laura Gagnon is on camera. Our thanks to the St. Clair family, and Matt St. Clair, one of the Peru players, dedicates this game to Steve St. Clair, his brother, and Kelly Ozier, who are getting married today. Both teams with 4 wins and no losses, and Goose, plenty of excitement. Some of the former Peru football players lining up near the goalpost to greet their current Indian team. What do you think of today's game?
Oh, Foxy, hey, 2 of the most successful programs, in the CVAC. Both these teams, it seems, every time they meet, the league is on the line. Whoever wins this game goes to the Super Bowl. So I think we're in for a real good game. It's going to be tough here to pass the football, Foxy. The wind is blowing. It's a little nippy, but it's good football weather. So we're going to see a dandy game. There's some things that we'll talk about.
Can tell you're a football fan, Goose. You got a smile on your face. The colder it is, the more you like it for football. The talk around the North Country this week has been, if there is a team that can stop the offense of Peru Central, it is Saranac Lake. They have a very good defense. They've surrendered just, they have had thrown 2 shutouts. Their last 2 games have been shutouts, and Saranac Lake has an outstanding defense, and in their own right, they can put points up on the board. They're coached by Mark Farmer in his 3rd year as the varsity coach. Peru Central, of course, longtime coach Larry Ewald. We want to look at some of the statistics from both teams. Peru Central with wins over Seton Catholic, Osebo Valley, Tupper Lake, and Ticonderoga. They are led by junior quarterback Matt Bazzaio. Have you seen him play this year, Goose?
No, I have not, Foxy.
He was ranked 2nd last year in passing in the CVAC, and this year he has 10 touchdown passes plus 1 touchdown scored by the run, but 10 touchdown passes, a remarkable feat in 4 ball games. He can pass on the run. He rolls out. He's a southpaw. He's accurate. He has a knack that even when he's in pursuit, he can find people downfield open. Now, who does he find downfield? He's been able to find Matt St. Clair. St. Clair has 11 receptions the last couple games, 5 against Tupper Lake, 4 of those for touchdowns, and then 6 against Ticonderoga, 2 of those for touchdowns. Matt St. Clair has really emerged as a target. Also, Mike Ortel has caught 7 passes for 2 touchdowns, and also McCormick, Kelleher, Dupree have all been in on several pass receptions, the target of Matt Bazzaio. But we look for a game like this to be a running game, Goose.
That's right, Foxy, and I think when all is said and done, when you look at the end of the game, whoever rushes the football the best is going to come out on the winning edge. I don't think that, I think it's very important, a team that takes the lead, if they can get ahead by a couple of touchdowns, they're going to be in good shape, because, Foxy, I don't think you can catch up passing the football today. So I think we're going to see a rushing game, and also tackling is very important today. You got to tackle well, and both teams do.
Okay, well, in the running back core for Peru, that means number 40, junior Brandon Kelleher, 2 touchdowns against Seton, 2 touchdowns against Osebo Valley, 2 touchdowns against Tupper Lake, and 4 touchdowns against Ticonderoga, all rushing. Also, Jason Remillard has been excellent in the backfield. And senior Joe Smith has 2 touchdowns rushing, plus another one added on a pass reception. Then they can bring in a sophomore like B.J. Godfrey to pick up some yardage. For Saranac Lake, if you'll help me turn the page. I'm bundled up in gloves. 1 page too many.
The Red Storm is good.
What's going on here, Fox? You got them glued together or what?
For Saranac Lake, there we go. Quarterback number 12, John Dupree. Dupree, number 12, has a 1 touchdown pass plus 2 touchdowns running. He has a total of 20 pass completions on the season. Their running game, which Goose mentions will play a key here today, rushing Joe Pafundi. He has 3 touchdowns rushing and 5 total on the season. Matt Pafundi has scored a couple of touchdowns out of the backfield. Todd Farrington has scored 3, and sophomore Brady Pratt has been an excellent runner out of the backfield. So they have 4 running backs they can go to. Last season, the problem was Saranac Lake, injuries in the backfield. They've been able to stay healthy thus far this year, much to Coach Farmer's delight. The receiving core, Pratt, the sophomore, is one of the favorite targets of quarterback John Dupree. Indeed, we look for a great game. The officiating core, John Kokenauer, will be the referee. He'll wear the white cap. There he is, getting ready for this one. Jim Tebow, the umpire, the linesman Eddie Lamarche, the line judge Steve Mitchell, and we expect Tim Paul Hemus to be the official timer. And once again, our thanks to the St. Clair family for their support. Goose, you ready for the kickoff?
Yes, I got one thing to add, Foxy.
Okay, add it.
The colors we're going to see today, red, white, and blue, I love it.
Good point, Goose. Couldn't be better. Let's kick off the football, the big battle between Peru Central School and Saranac Lake Central School, the battle of CVAC's undefeated. The introduction of the Peru lineup, number 22 out there is Eric Hart. Number 74, of course, Chris Burnell. Number 57 is Nick Lovett. Number 88 is Mike Ormsby. Then Joe Smith, number 30.
Tight end and linebacker.
Tight end and linebacker.
The captain, number 1, Brian Dupree.
Number 1 is Brian Dupree, the senior, 6'2", 200. And through the line of Peru Central alumni players. Josh Courier, number 51, he'll be the big center at 6'2" and 240.
5-pound captain, number 73, Pete Lyon.
Pete Lyon, number 73, a senior, excellent football player. And the remainder of the team. Rick Bruce, the voice of the Apple Bowl for the Indians, but they're having trouble with their sound system, a lot of interference on their sound system. And here we are with our little cameras, North Country Cable Network. Happy to be here. The sun coming out, despite the chill, the sun coming out. And this game also being covered by Adelphia Cable out of Saranac Lake with their huge cameras. They have about a 10-man crew and a couple of cameras located in different spots, but we'll do just fine. We're comfy, cozy, gathered around, surrounded by the Peru fans at the top of the Peru bleachers near the 50-yard line. And one of the alumni missing from the starting lineup as they ran through those alumni players. Steve St. Clair getting married today. Our congratulations from Foxy, Goose, Eric, and Laura. And also a reminder, Matt, his little brother, dedicating his efforts today to big brother Steve, and Kelly Ozier getting married today. Congratulations. Homecoming weekend as well at Peru Central, and the flying of the colors and the national anthem by the Peru Band. The Red Storm kicks off. Luke O'Neill, number 80, it looks like he is the kicker, and back, and a kick over, bounds by the 15-yard line and goes out of bounds. Back for Peru was number 10, Jason Remillard, and number 9, Matt McCormick. And Peru will take it right where it bounded out of bounds, and I think there's a penalty assessed to it, right, when you kick it out of bounds?
Yep, that's right. They should get the ball in pretty good field position. I think they bring it out on the 35-yard line.
I'm going to look for a Peru roster someplace that I might have where the numbers are in numbered order. Makes it a lot easier for us if they were in numbered order. But in the meantime, up to the line, Josh Courier over the ball. We know that. And Jason Bazzaio quarterbacking. You got it in numbered order?
No, it's not numbered.
Oh, that's what I need. Bazzaio with the handoff to Kelleher.
Kelleher, the ball carrier.
And picks up a couple. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 coming up against the tough Red Storm defense. On the defense, Preston Dar, number 60. Also number 74, part of the defense, is Sam Sermonera. '67 is Evan Kivlin. And Bazzaio to pass, and there you see the wind holding that ball up a bit as they were looking for number 44, Mike Ortel.
I'm surprised they came right out on the second play and passed the football, but you'll see those little short passes, Foxy. Try to get the ball to in the player's hands, then let him make something happen.
3rd and 8. McCormick in and Ortel out for Peru, and they are up to the line. David Morse, number 53, on the line, left guard for Peru. Big 3rd down play out of the shotgun. Bazzaio flushed, and, that could go as an intentional grounding. There was St. Clair in the vicinity. I guess that's what they decided.
Yeah, I think so, and maybe the same ruling. If you're out of the pocket, then you can throw the ball away. Foxy, the Red Storm did what they wanted, just to hold Peru to 3 plays and get the ball. They should get it back in pretty good field position. The key is handling this punt.
Rare is the possession for Peru where they didn't score a 1st down and have a drive or a score. Burnell with the punt. Taken at the 35. This is Kyle Willett. And first one there, number 22, Eric Hart, one of the best special teamers you'll see, Eric Hart.
Yeah, real good coverage by Peru there. There was no way for him to go. And, okay, let's see defensive-wise what happens there.
First down from their own 33 for the Red Storm. Dupree, the quarterback, number 12. Out of the huddle, the center, Dustin Drury, number 55. He's over the ball. Dupree up to the line. We expect the Pafundis to see plenty of action. Right now in the backfield is Farrington. They skip him. Second man through. Joe Pafundi, and he was stopped. Godfrey in on the play, and also Ortel.
Yep, right there. No gainer, maybe half a yard gain. So you're going to see a lot of running, Foxy.
It will indeed be tough to throw. Temperature with that wind chill from the... They have to fix that sound system. Goes temperature with the wind chill in the 50s and...
No gain on the play.
May drop to the 40s if the sun doesn't stay out on us. 2nd and 10. Shut the sound system off, please. 3-man backfield. The quick pass. Dupree, I think somebody. It was tipped.
It was tipped up at the line of scrimmage. I didn't really see it, but it might have been Ortel, number 44.
I agree with you. And there's been all kinds of confusion about which Ortel. He's listed as Josh Ortel in the program, but that's his brother. It is indeed Mike Ortel, number 44. He'll play both sides of the ball. 3rd and 10. What's wrong with that sound system?
The fans aren't happy. They're telling them to cut it, cut it.
There they go, much better, and the fans applaud. Rick Bruce getting the applause. The first Peru applause goes for the Apple Bowl announcer. Third down play. This is Farrington. He ran in.
Godfrey's made the initial hit there, doing his job filling that hole, Foxy.
So it'll be fourth down and about 7, and you can look for Saranac Lake to boot it away. So Saranac Lake Storm holds, but the Peru defense holds. Now Matt St. Clair is the man back. He's returned 1 punt this season on this very field for a touchdown.
And again, be careful how you field this ball, Foxy. That wind's going to play tricks.
Come on, block it, guys.
Oh, block! 43 got on it. I call that one for number 43. Soderberg.
Okay, Foxy, and there's the big break, the first big break of the game for the Peru.
I call that one for Soderberg, number 43. I'm not positive, but now from the 21-yard line, excellent field position for Peru, the ground game, but boy, oh boy, what a hit on the ball carrier, Kelleher.
Looked like Michael Webb was in on that, number 14, Foxy. I don't know if he made the initial hit. Whoever did, boy, it was a good stick.
Gain of barely 2, 2nd and 8. Peru has mixed the running game and passing game so well this year. Bazayo, the option to Kelleher. Kelleher, right corner, looks for it, end zone, touchdown! Kelleher! 19-yard touchdown run, Brandon Kelleher.
And let's give Joe Smith, number 30, he made a key block there. You might have seen him go flying, but he got in the way to block the guy from making the tackle, Foxy, and it opened up for that run there.
Less than 3 minutes into the game, the Peru offense, deadly throughout the season, has struck again. And now the point after attempt. Matt McCormick with the point after attempt and Bazayo to hold. Lyon has been the normal place kicker. McCormick into the wind, gets it.
Oh, that's good.
With 9:06 to play, the score on the St. Clair family scoreboard is Peru Central. We're in the first quarter. Peru Central 7 and Saranac Lake 0. And now Pete Lyon for the kickoff. And I don't know what we're going to watch for, Goose. What do you think? Or they hit the squibbler on purpose. 25-yard line and good coverage by Peru on Willette. 5-yard return.
Foxy, they made a turnover. Peru blocked the punt, turned it into points on a short field. That's what you want to do.
And again, the Peru defense to work, and the Storm now with a 7-point deficit back at work. This time they send Webb wide left and Willette wide right. Pafundi, the deep man in the backfield, along with Farrington. Pafundi. Fundy, nice spin, still on his feet.
Excellent run there, doing some spinning. He got hit, kept the legs going, Foxy, and picked up about 7 yards on the play.
Joe Fundy, Joe Fundy, number 23, had 57 yards against Tupper Lake, 135 yards against Osable Valley, and a touchdown. He had 2 touchdowns last week, 90 yards and 2 touchdowns against Mariah. Saranac Lake defense has surrendered just 12 points and now 19 on the season.
Another good gainer.
Goodbye.
Excellent. Look at him, Foxy. Kept the legs going. Didn't stop when he got hit. Just kept the legs going and moving the football, Foxy.
He carried about 3 blue jerseys on his back for an extra 7 yards right to midfield. 8 minutes to play in the first quarter. Peru 7, Saranac Lake 0. Battle of the undefeateds. When the Red Storm got their schedule, they looked to see what week do we play Peru. When the Indians' schedule arrived for the season, they looked, when do we play Saranac Lake? And everybody showed up for this one. All of the North Countries here. Give to Farrington.
Get in the middle.
He's good for a couple.
And Foxy, the offensive line for Saranac Lake is getting a push there from their big men there, and they're picking up good yardage on first down. That's what you want to do.
Burnell on the bottom, Kelleher on top, and 3 other blue jerseys in between. It will be a 2nd and 5 from the Peru 46-yard line. Laura Gagnon on camera, holding the camera with one hand, adjusting the camera with the other in this wind. She's having a great time here. I'll have to take her out to dinner tonight, Goose. The Dupree handoff. Pafundi scampers near a first down. It'll be 3rd and short.
That's right, Foxy, and it all goes back to the first down. You get a good gainer on that. It's a lot easier to pick up a first down when you got 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4. I'll tell you, you got a couple cracks to get that other yardage.
It's a little windier where we are up in our Indians press box here on the top of the bleachers. A little windier, but I'll tell you, it's windy down on the field. I saw the clipboard go flying. Even the cheerleaders' pom-poms were getting blown away. 3rd and 2. Farrington, he gets the first down.
He sure did, and I'm going to give it to the offensive line because they're getting the push right up front, not doing anything fancy, just power football, Fox.
And that includes Josh Tyler, number 70, number 67, Evan Kivlin. Of course, the center, Dustin Drury. And we'll try to catch the other side of that offensive line. Number 80, the lead probably be the tight end, Luke O'Neill on the left side. A 1st and 10. 38-yard line of Peru. No need to go to the air. Pafundi ran into somebody and ran into a blue wall. What number are you looking for?
Keller, number 40. I like that number 40, by the way. Looked nice going into pay dirt, Fox.
And for those who don't know it, Goose wore number 40 at St. John's Academy. In fact, one of the top CVAC running backs in a year that shall remain nameless.
Thank you.
5 minutes remaining in a quick first quarter. Boy, you keep the ball on the ground and the time ticks off.
That's right, and I like a running game anyways, Foxy. You know that.
39-yard line, 2nd and 10. Peru territory.
Oh, nice caught there.
Yeah, good stuff.
Brady Pratt, the ball carrier.
Pratt made a nice play there, Foxy. There wasn't anything wide, so he cut it right back in the middle and picked up about 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5, Foxy. A little bit harder here because you didn't get good yardage on first down.
34-yard line of the Indians for Peru. We see number 69, Brandon Martineau. Number 77, Nick Moore. Number 39, B.J. Godfrey. Number 74, the Mountain Dew man, Chris Burnell. Number 43, Steve Soderberg in the linebacker spot. Kelleher shifts on defense.
Right up the middle.
Joe Pafundi dug his way, got the first down, Goose. Think so?
Oh, yeah, he sure did, and he's a good running back, Foxy. I'm finding that out in the first period. I mean, the first initial hit doesn't take him down.
Saranac Lake making a statement against the men in blue. The Peru defense, Coach Ewald has to be concerned because they are running and picking up first downs. This has been a nice drive for the Red Storm.
Yeah, and the Red Storm is staying in their game plan, even because they got behind. You don't see any panic in them or anything like that. Still down to business, stick to their game plan, running game.
John Dupree at quarterback. Pafundi in the backfield, 23. That's the Joe variety of Fundies. And then Farrington, and this is Pratt. Pratt, stop there. Oh, who got him first? Burnell.
Oh, he put the bear hug on him, Foxy.
I'll bet you he had a 12-pack of Mountain Dew before the game. In fact, there's a Mountain Dew baby here today. I don't know if we can get the sign, but just to our right, not too far down the line, is the Mountain Dew baby. Sonny! Hey, Sonny, where's that sign? Where's that sign? Can we get it, Laura? There we go. The Mountain Dew boy. Right here, number 74 is the Mountain Dew boy. And, of course, that's Chris Burnell. Back to the field of play. A 2nd and 12.
Off to the right.
Pafundi, left side. And somebody caught up to him. Matt St. Clair.
Number 2, I tell you, he's a tough customer just like the rest of the St. Clair.
And I'm going to take it back. It's Matt McCormick.
Okay, well, McCormick made a heck of a tackle there, Foxy.
And the McCormicks are tough, too.
And McCormick doesn't make that tackle there. That goes for a huge gainer.
Instead, it's a 3rd and 11. So the first stall in the drive for the Red Storm, but they have 2 plays here. There'll be no place-kicking field goals in this wind. 3rd and 11. 29-yard line of the Indians. Ewald with some signals. He saw something.
Nowhere to go.
Oh, he's...
And
Somewhere.
Pratt found an opening, glided through, and near a first down, but it'll be 4th and maybe 4.
I didn't see what happened there, Foxy. It looked like Peru had, stopped the play, but all of a sudden Pratt escaped to the left side of the field and picked up about 5 yards. Now it's 4th and 5, Foxy.
4th and 5, and where are they, Goose? Let's see, what is that? The 23-yard line.
Oh, you must have had an eye tuned up this week.
I see very well at the Apple Bowl because I eat a couple apples before the game, and I'm grabbing a whole bag full on the way out of here. I'll hit someplace and pick up some nice crunchy apples. Oh, costly.
Yeah, that very costly there. That might give him a first down. Let's see.
Oh, very costly. Offside. Offside, Peru. The aggressiveness, just trying to be a little too aggressive, and it cost them.
And it is a first down. That's giving them a first down there.
Oh, right there. Now they're in dangerous territory. You hate to have your back against the wall. Time ticking away, 1:04 and counting in the first quarter. It's Peru 7 and Saranac Lake 0, but they are knocking on the Indian steepy.
And you got to be impressed with the Saranac Lake drive here, Foxy. They've held on to the ball and moved it by the running game.
18-yard line. No need to pass. It's a stiff wind. They'll use the running game. Farrington.
And he's still going, Foxy.
How big is this Farrington? They don't have the list of the heights and weights, so we can guess he's about 6'2", 220.
Oh, geez, he got 6 yards on that, Foxy. But again, it was right up the middle. The offensive line is getting that push. He's just following right behind his offensive line.
Kathy Phillips down by the sideline. She's the athletic director here at Peru Central. Looked like they might have fixed the sound system. We're not getting that big buzz anymore. Maybe Rick Spruce did some repairs on it. And the final seconds tick away. And no one notices, and indeed now they do. We've played 1 quarter. The score, and they'll have to march the whole field. After 1, the score on the St. Clair family scoreboard, Peru 7 and Saranac Lake 0. John Kokenauer signals, let's play football. A 2nd and 5. Eyeball it at the 13-yard line.
12-yard line, Foxy. You got to get another tune-up.
That's what Spruce says. I call it the 13. And I'm sticking by my guns. First play of the second quarter. They go to Joe Pafundi. He had no place to go. Burnell shut it down on the end. They couldn't budge. Burnell with a couple of Mountain Dews in his back pocket. Also there, Pete Lyon and Nick Moore.
You got them all, Foxy. Maybe you don't need a tune-up.
That's a trio of guys I wouldn't want to run up against, I can guarantee you.
Oh, I bet you they're your buddies.
They would take good care of me. Yes, if I needed some security, I'd just have to call those three boys. They'd take care of me, walk me any place. 3rd and 5. Still from the 13. Dupree looks the blue defense. And he keeps, he rolls,
Get him.
he throws,
Go.
knocked away, caught,
Go.
knocked away and caught by the man in motion, number 84, Ben Ellsworth.
It looked like it was tipped by a Peru player, and then caught by Saranac Lake down about the 1 yard line. So Peru did everything right, but maybe the luck of the draw for Saranac Lake.
Certainly the ball bounced the Storm's direction, and Red Storm has a 1st and goal from the 2 yard line. Farrington. Now in is Matt Bafundi, number 31, and Farrington is in the end zone. It's 7-6.
We got a good game here, and I'll tell you, the offensive line of Saranac Lake is, in that series there, is having it all their way.
What the heck is
Farrington. On the 10:41 to play on the St. Clair family scoreboard. It's 2nd quarter and Peru 7, Saranac Lake 6.
Number 9, Matt McCormick, and number 10, Jason Remillard.
The kick, a nice one, drilled and
Get him.
Remillard, but he went down. The knee hit, so Remillard had trouble with the wind and the ball.
Yeah, but the key thing is that he kept it under control, kept his head, recovered the ball. He did slip down there, Foxy, but, nothing drastic happened.
18-yard line for Peru Central. Matty Bazzaio out onto the field. It's been a running game basically for Peru Central, as it has been for Saranac Lake. A strong wind today, chilly weather. And Peru with the 1-point lead.
Go.
They go left side, but no gainer.
Looked like an inside handoff to,
I don't know who they went to be honest with you. St. Clair, number 2? Looks like St. Clair.
Yeah, I couldn't catch the number there.
Once again, we remind you that
St. Clair, no gain, 2nd and 10.
festivities will take place immediately following the game.
Kelleher, number 40 in the backfield. Bazzaio out of the shotgun. He looks, fires a bullet over the middle and dropped. Looked like he might have had it for a step. That's Ormsby.
Yeah, looks like Ormsby tried to catch it with his body instead of his hands, but the defender for Saranac Lake was right on there, knocked the ball away.
At their own 19.
Ormsby was lined up for his 3rd reception of the year, but it couldn't come up with it. And now a tough situation of 3rd and 10 at your 18-yard line.
You bet. You got to be careful here, Foxy. You don't want to cause a turnover.
Ormsby is a wide right, St. Clair wide left. Kelleher will block for Bazzaio. And Bazzaio steps up, fires it long for McCormick's gone! It'll be a foot race, but it's all Matt McCormick! It's the long bomb! Matt Bazzaio put it on the money, honey!
boy, Foxy, am I surprised they tried something wrong, especially with the way the wind is blowing. But apparently, Coach Ewald has total confidence in his team and in his quarterback, and Bazayo put it right on the money.
And Matt can scat. He was down the center of that field, and once he had 2 steps on the defender, if the ball was there, it was end zone.
He didn't have to break a stride, Foxy.
Beautiful combo from Bazayo, his 11th touchdown pass of the season, and boy, it helps when you've got speedy receivers like McCormick and St. Clair, Ortel. Point after attempt, Bazayo holds and McCormick kicks. And that one wide left.
That even slicks up a little bit, but boy, I think it surprised Saranac Lake that they tried something deep, Foxy. I don't think they expected it either, but hey, it worked for Peru, so they're on the board.
I've got that one as an 82-yard touchdown pass play, and with 9:47 remaining in the second quarter, the St. Clair family scoreboard says Peru 13, Saranac Lake 6. Pete Lyon puts the toes to it. A pretty end-over-end kick taken at the 10-yard line by Pratt. Pratt returns it to around the 35. Nice return, and the Saranac Lake Red Storm goes to work.
Boy, and that's what you like, hey, you give up a score and you come right back and put another score on there, you know, to put pressure on the other team, Foxy. That's what you got to do.
The Red Storm at 4-0.
Storm will start first and 10 at their own 35.
A 35-6 win over Tupper Lake. A 7-6 win in overtime against Ticonderoga. That victory provided by a Farrington touchdown and the Dupree kick made the difference. Then they beat Ausable Valley 27-20 and they shut out Mariah 35-0.
Oh.
Joe got pushed off.
Big carry on first down. And what number's that, Goose? 23, Joe Pafundi.
Pafundi is having fun out there, Foxy, because he's a good running back. You know, the first shot isn't taking him down. I mean, he's getting added yardage after the first hit.
2nd and 4. Soderberg, the captain of the defense. He goes to the linebacker spot. Kelleher, linebacker spot. Burnell, left side, defensive end. 2nd and 4.
Another good run.
And a first down picked up by Matt Pafundi.
Oh, brother combo back there. That could be costly.
Coming into this game in the CVAC, Kelleher of Peru, the rushing leader with 452 yards. Gordon of Ausable Valley at 418, and last night he picked up almost 200 yards, so he's officially the leader at this point. Chatlin of Beekmantown, Rabideau of Saranac, and then DeLise of Plattsburgh High School. 1st and 10, just short of Indians territory.
There you go. Got it.
Not much there.
Still short of Peru territory. Joe Pafundi, the ball carrier.
Tackled by 74, Burnell.
And also on the bottom of the pile was Josh Courier. And
We got somebody injured down there, Foxy.
timeout on the field. It will be 2nd and 10 for the Red Storm. 8:25 to play in the first half. And it's Peru 13, Saranac Lake 6. 48-yard line, Red Storm territory.
Off that side.
Matt Lafundi knocked out of bounds into Indians territory, but short of a first down.
The injured player was Pafundi, 23, Foxy, Joe, but he ran off the field. We'll see him back in there, but okay, we got 3rd down and about 6, Foxy.
Matt St. Clair, number 2. Matt McCormick, number 9. B.J. Godfrey, number 39. Number 10 is none other than Jason Remillard. Number 40, Brandon Kelleher. Number 43, Steve Soderberg. Number 30, Joe Smith. Number 71 on the line.
All right.
let's see, I don't see a 71. Must be 74.
I think the Red Storm was calling a timeout. Yes, they did.
Timeout on the field, just under 8 minutes to play in the second quarter, and it remains Peru 13 and Saranac Lake 6. 3rd and 5. Red Storm ball. Dupree pitches to Pratt.
Out of bounds.
I don't think he got the first down. I couldn't see over there. No, they did. They'll have to punt the ball away here.
Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, it looks like they're 4th and about 4. You're going to punt in this situation?
Oh, Foxy, no question about it. You're going to make Peru try to go the length of the field instead of half a field.
Okay. Just trying to mix you up, Goose. Looks like Evan Kivlin will be the punter once again. Ball at the 46-yard line of Peru, and Kivlin to punt. Nobody drops back right now. There they go. Oh, there goes some pages. I hope it's not my program.
Get up!
Kivlin, a short kick, and there from the 22-yard line is St. Clair.
He's got some room.
St. Clair, 45, 50, dodges tacklers, and driven out of bounds. Cross the 40, Matt St. Clair with the return.
When he got down the sideline, he had lots of room, and he had one blocker, followed his blocker just like you're supposed to, caught around his blocker, then the Red Storm caught up to him and tackled him, but a good return.
Matt dedicating his efforts today to Steve and Kelly, his brother Steve St. Clair getting married to one of the North Country's nicest ladies, Kelly Osier. I know her, Goose. When
Actually, the Peru team does have a short field.
39-yard line. Bazio to pass.
Wide open, Foxy.
Ortel, 10-yard line and in.
Oh, my. Using the passing game, which I would never think. Foxy, it was just a little short pass, and Ortel did the rest on his own. He didn't get touched, and that's a big score for Peru.
39-yard TD play. Bazio's passing statistics for Class B quarterbacks has to be among the top in New York State. I will rank his stats against anybody in New York State Class B right now.
Number 9, Matt McCormick. On the whole, number 11, Matt
12 touchdown passes for Bazio, and that one a beauty. This time to Ortel. For Ortel, that's his 3rd touchdown pass reception of the season. McCormick line drives it above the crossbar for the point after. With 7:30 to play in the second quarter, it's a big second quarter for Peru. The score on the St. Clair family scoreboard is Peru Central 20 and Saranac Lake Red Storm 6.
Lion.
The Lion King, Pete Lyon, will kick off. And that will go out of bounds near the 20-yard line. Goose, keep in mind, beautiful offense from Peru Central. Sometimes, we heard a fan near us say that it looks so easy. Sometimes they make things look so easy with the offense because they can do it in so many ways.
My. And boy, they sure made it look easy with that. Ortel just flared out, a little bit, maybe 5 yards, and Bazio put it on the money. And then he just scampered. There was nobody near him, for Saranac Lake. And, hey, that was a big score because now Saranac Lake's got to score, twice to get even.
Within 2 minutes and 17 seconds, they have 2 touchdown passes covering 121 yards. Dupree hands off, and they stop Pafundi this time. Keep in mind the Peru touchdown set up by a great return on the punt from Matt St. Clair.
Exactly, gave him that good field position, and now you can try different things when you're there. They wasted no time, that's for sure.
35-yard line. Now, what has Peru done this season? They beat Seton Catholic 59-6. They beat Osable Valley 40-0. They beat Tupper Lake 53-0, and then they beat Ticonderoga 56-12. So they've been held to 40 points by Osable Valley, which is really a feather in the Osable Valley cap the way things look. It's 20-6 with 6:40 to play in the first half. Dupree to pass.
Get on, yeah!
Good coverage downfield, Remillard and St. Clair.
They only sent one receiver down Saranac Lake, Foxy. So if that guy isn't open, your options are limited, and he had to scramble for his life.
I saw Martineau in the action, I believe, for Peru Central. It will be 3rd and 9. So Saranac Lake looking for a big play in this situation. They want to keep possession of the ball, and they certainly want a score before halftime. Just under the 6-minute mark. Dupree looks the defense, will look for the pass play here.
Intimidation.
Oh, St. Clair! That's a fumble! That's a fumble! John Kokenauer just didn't, he threw the little spot bag, but well, St. Clair shot the gap and sacked the quarterback, and ball kicked back to the 30-yard line.
And they called it an incomplete pass, Foxy. I guess maybe they blew the whistle that he was down by contact. I don't know what this is, but that's a big break for Saranac Lake, because I sure thought it was a fumble, and boy, Peru would have a short field.
Well, of course, Virgil Moulding is here today. The first fan here was Virgil. He's sitting next to Mr. Soderberg, and then you got Sonny Burnell down there, and the Burnell family's down there, and of course the Kelleher's are right in front of us. The Peru fans are out in good form today. Mr. Hart is to our left doing some videotaping, and a lot of the familiar faces for Peru Central fans are here. A great crowd. They're lining the ropes around the end zone and down by the field, and it's a great crowd. Homecoming weekend for Peru Central. They're off to a good start.
Peru might go after this here for a block.
Oh, they tried, and they got the kicker. Through the flag. They got the kicker, though. Was it touched by St. Clair? This will be a big question.
Yeah, we're going to have to see. I think it was touched by St. Clair. I didn't agree with the call for if they're calling roughing the kicker. I thought the blocker knocked the Peru player into the kicker.
Ah, well, you saw that better than I did. But right there, John Kokenauer called it. Yep, they're calling it roughing the kicker against Peru.
And that's going to give the Red Storms a first down, I believe.
Well, yeah, it's 15 yards away from a first down. So then you have the question of the running into the kicker or roughing the kicker, but we'll see what this was called. There's a 5-yard penalty of running into the kicker.
They're calling roughing the. They're calling roughing the kicker.
They didn't
agree with that one bit.
Is he? No, he's still 4th down. They didn't signal first down, so they're calling it a 5-yard penalty. You watch, they're going to step off 5 yards here, Goose, and it will make it a 4th and 10. We'll watch for this. Yes, they step it off to the 35.
He must have called running. I thought he said roughing the kicker, but it must be running into the kicker. But again, the Saranac Lake blocker knocked the Peru Indian into the kicker, and I don't think a penalty was warranted there.
Josh Rock is number 55. Chris Burnell right in the middle, number 74. Joe Smith, number 30. I'm looking at that rushing line. Matt Hauser, number 52. 43, of course, Steve Soderberg. He's 6'1". He's just a sophomore, you know, this Soderberg. 4th down play, and again to kick is Kivlin. Stands at his own 30, gets this one off, almost blocked by Hauser, and kicked out of bounds, and another flag.
I think this might be holding against the Red Storm.
They're selling candy apples here. I like the red candy apples instead of those caramel apples. I like the red ones, Goose. You?
Yeah, I'm a red. I'm a red guy.
Laura might want one of those candy apples. She likes candy apples. She takes them any way she can get them, too. Whenever we go to the Clinton County Fair, we have to stop, and it's cotton candy and a candy apple for Laura on the way out. That's like a family rule. What's up, Goose? I'm talking candy apples. We got a football game.
That's right. It looked like there was a holding penalty against Saranac Lake. Peru declined the penalty to take the ball at the 41-yard line. So went for the field position, which I agree. They got the ball. They got the lead. They got the clock on their side. 5 minutes to make another score before halftime.
I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Goose Gagnon. Laura Gagnon on camera, North Country Cable Network, bringing you CVAC football game of the week.
Get out here. Run it.
Kelleher couldn't turn the corner. Number 74 was first man there. None other than Sam Sermonera.
And boy, that looked like it was going to go for a lot more, but boy, the Red Storm really closed that down real well, and they can't afford to let Peru get another score before halftime. I'll tell you that, Foxy. Or they're in huge trouble. They're in trouble now, being down by 2 touchdowns.
Peru 20 and Saranac Lake 6. 4:40 mark of the second quarter. Pizzaio to the air, the bomb, but he overshoots St. Clair. No chance for St. Clair to catch up to that one, but a pretty pass nevertheless.
Oh, that's right, and St. Clair had his man beat, so if it was on the mark, you would have seen another score.
And Mark Sudol, WPTZ Channel 5 Sports, our friend Mark Sudol is here covering the game. He's down around the 30-yard line talking with Kathy Phillips, getting some pointers about Peru Central. Kathy's telling who all these players are. So Mark will have that zoom lens cooking just the way Laura's getting the zoom lens cooking right now.
Foxy, why don't you challenge Mark Sudol to something?
What? I can't do anything.
Spelling bee. Oh, nice catch.
Complete this time. Ormsby held on to this one.
And he's got a first down here, Foxy.
Mike Ormsby into Storm territory at the 49.
Yep, first down.
First and 10 for the Indians.
So they get another set of downs here, Foxy.
4:22 on the second quarter clock. Our thanks to Steve and Lucy St. Clair and all the St. Clairs for their support of Peru Central football. Oh, the Peru band drumming up some war music here. And off the fingertips, intended for Ortel, it was O'Neill on coverage.
Boy, I'm real surprised at how much passing Peru is doing in this game. I thought when we got here, the wind was blowing, and it's still blowing. Maybe not quite as bad as when we first got here. That they would stick to a running game more. But boy, they're not afraid to put it up in the air. And I guess when you got a lead, you can gamble a little bit.
2nd and 10. 49-yard line of the Storm.
Run.
Kelleher couldn't turn the corner. The Red Storm closed the door there.
Yep.
Farrington along with Willett.
And the defense is rising to the occasion here, and they probably know, hey, we can't give Peru another score here. No way.
Peru assistant coaches, of course, Larry Ewald, the head coach. Jack Daly, Pat Kelleher, Mike Zeron, and Anthony Hubbard is the team manager. So coaches Daly, Kelleher, and Zeron assisting Coach Larry Ewald. And Coach Kelleher delivered a Peru Indians hat to you, Goose, this week. I know you were glad and you're wearing it.
Oh, I'm wearing it proudly.
The draw play, and Kelleher, he gets to the 45, but short of the first down, and it will be Peru turning the ball over to Saranac Lake.
And smart playing right there. Why gamble something? Run the football. If you get a first down on the draw, great. If you don't, you're in pretty good field position. You can punt the ball away. Maybe put Saranac Lake Red Storm down deep.
So it will be 4th down, and we'll see how far the kick goes. It is Burnell to punt.
Back receive to Meadville.
This one for Pratt. Pratt at the 12. No, Pratt at the 12. And great coverage from Peru. Godfrey there.
And got him down deep where you want him, Foxy.
So, Goose, I said the Peru coaches. Why don't you tell me the Red Storm coaches?
Oh, geez, thanks a lot, Foxy. I have head coach Mark Farmer and assistant coach Mark Farmer, defensive coordinator Mark Farmer.
Oh, forget it. That's because they didn't list them on the program, but I researched that. Cy Ellsworth, Chuck Bell, John Muldowney, our friend John Muldowney from PAL Football, and Jason Wamsgans. 20-6 with 2:34 to play in the second quarter. Another half of football ahead of us, Goose. I think the fans are going to stick around. Dupree hands off right up the gut. And you don't expect anything fancy from Saranac Lake here, do you?
Oh, I don't. Not down this deep. I would just run the football. If you get a first down, fine. You're running the clock off. Again, you're not out of the game. You're 2 scores away. You don't want to give Peru easy score or an easy field to work on and be down by 3 scores going into halftime.
How about a long bomb on third down play?
I wouldn't try it.
No? Second down and 6 from the 17-yard line. Good open field tackle by McCormick.
Excellent.
Matt Pafundi, the ball carrier, and timeout called by Peru.
He don't make that tackle, Fox. Oh, he doesn't make that tackle, Foxy. And, he's got some yardage here. He's got the sidelines to maybe get out of bounds and stop the clock, give you some more time, then you could try something. But McCormick made the tackle. It's 4th down. Peru's calls timeout. Hey, maybe go for a block here. Block punt. Even though it's only 3rd down, though.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No. They're going. They call timeout because they're hoping to hold them and get the ball back. Maybe call another timeout here, Foxy.
It'll be 3rd and 2. Ball at the 21-yard line. Storm territory, and we'll pat ourselves on the back, Goose. Neither one of us has called the team the Redskins.
I thought of that all the way here, and I said I got to concentrate on that, calling them the Red Storm or Saranac Lake, because my lifetime it's always been the Redskins.
Absolutely. Peru breaks out of their defensive meeting with Coach Larry Ewald. How many wins, you're wondering, does Coach Ewald have at Peru Central? Here he is in his 14th year. You're probably wondering how many wins he has.
Yes, I was.
112.
I was going to guess that.
You should have been quicker to guess. 112 wins, 33 losses in his 14th year. This year is 14th year. 2 receivers left. 3rd and 2, and they go right up the middle, and
I don't think they got it.
Barrington, the ball carrier.
they made it look like they might pass, and again, timeout called by Peru. 1:34 to play in the second quarter. Score remains Peru 20 and Saranac Lake 6. And the 4th down play.
Foxy, nobody's back. They're going for the block.
Yeah, but they're not set up to punt. They're going for it here. A bold move here on a 4th and 2, and they got the first down. A bold move by the Storm.
I'll tell you, that was a gamble. That wasn't a bold move. It was a huge gamble. They rolled the dice there.
Wow, and it came up good for
Snake eyes as far as I'm concerned.
Now, if you want to think about the touchdown by the Red Storm, keep in mind it was set up by a deflected pass into the hands of a receiver who was further downfield a couple yards away. So they really caught a break there on the Saranac Lake touchdown that they do have.
Now, I think that there might be an argument here, but I thought it was a legal procedure against. Yeah, and it was.
I agree, and everybody's in unison, especially because we're on the Peru side of things. We don't hear anyone objecting. 1:11 on the second quarter clock.
Storm makes it 1st and 15.
Barb Perry is here. We mentioned a lot of the fans that we know that are here. Well, Barb Perry, our longtime teaching colleague from Stafford Middle School, is here. She's keeping busy in her teaching retirement. She's far from retired, however. 1st and 15. And the defense stacks things up. Try to find a blue jersey on the bottom. I don't know.
Yep. B.J. Godfrey.
Tackled on the play by
Number 39.
Godfrey.
How many years in a row has number 39 had a Godfrey in it?
Very good point.
Of about 2 on the play brings the second
Foxy,
and
I'm still
13
going back to that 4th down. Boy, that was a gamble because if you don't make it, you know, you're almost giving Peru a free
Yeah.
score there.
Why,
And,
sure.
You know, that was a huge gamble. Farmer's a gambler as far as I'm concerned.
21-yard line of the Red Storm, but time ticking away. This will probably be their last play unless there's a timeout. Again, they give it up the middle. Farrington breaks out of the pack, but ran into a couple more Indians, including Kelleher and McCormick, to end the first half. An interesting first half. And first quarter score by Kelleher opened the scoring. Saranac Lake came back on a short run by Farrington, but then in the second quarter at the 9:47 mark, touchdown pass Bazayo to Matt McCormick covering 82 yards, made it 13-6, and then just 2 minutes and 17 seconds later, Bazayo to Ortel from 39 yards away, made it 20-6, and that's the score at halftime. Peru over Saranac Lake. 6'3", 205 pounds. Pete Lyon kicks off.
Get in now.
First down play from the 23-yard line, 28-yard line. McCormick on the tackle.
Farrington, the ball carrier, tackled by number 9, Matt McCormick.
Farrington, the ball carrier.
And again, Saranac Lake, they're only down by a couple scores. They're going to stick to their game plan, you know, running the football, and
brings up a 2nd and a long 5 for the Red Storm.
try to do something here, but, you know, good gainer on first down.
John Dupree has quarterbacked all the way. Todd Farrington, big number 4 in the backfield. This one goes to the second man through, and it's Joe Pafundi. Short gainer. Whoa, boy. Applause from the Saranac Lake side, but short gain. Looked like Remillard credited with the tackle.
Flag on the play.
Oh, a flag. And
Might be a face mask.
Yep.
They gain a 1.
That will give them a first down. Yep, it was a face mask, Foxy.
That's why the applause from the Saranac Lake side and the Red Storm. Certainly on your first possession, you come out of the locker room, get the ball, you want to make a statement, and you want to mount a long drive and get into the end zone.
Exactly right, Foxy. You're a good game planner.
Well, I've listened to you, Goose, through the years. 10 years of working side by side, Foxy and Goose, and I listen when you talk. You know, I'm just not eating chocolate chip cookies when you're talking. I'm listening as well, Goose. 1st and 10, new set of downs from the 39-yard line. Farrington with the pickup to the 45.
Yes, Foxy, and hey, on the ground, Saranac Lake has moved the ball quite well today against this Peru defense. And, you know, on first down, they're getting real good yardage. I don't know what their average is, but I'd say it's around 5 yards, you know, on first down. And, boy, that makes things a lot easier for you.
Part of the line, Sam Sermonera. Number 74, of course, over the ball is Drury. We like to mention that center, Dustin Drury. 2nd and 4. Pafundi found the hole. They find the holes very nicely. Keller on the stop, but after the first down, flag in the backfield.
That's right. Personal foul against Peru, Foxy. Might have been Russman the passer or something like that. I don't know why, but there's a personal foul, and hey, not only a first down, but they're going to get 15 more.
Coach Ewald certainly not happy there. David Morse hustled into the defense, and Coach Ewald very unhappy with one of his players, and it will be a couple of mistakes by the Indians to start the second half. The wind picks up.
It's blowing the flag away, Foxy, for crying out loud.
What flag?
The penalty flag.
Oh.
A 15-yard?
Programs flying.
Did we say it was homecoming weekend for Peru?
All kind of floats behind us, behind our press box, our St. Clair's press box high atop the bleachers at the Apple Bowl. From the 33-yard line, hey, Saranac Lake is in business. This could be a different story in the second half.
That's right, Foxy.
This is Farrington out of the grasp of Ortel, but into McCormick and Burnell's hands.
Boy, I guess so. There's no escaping there when it's those boys.
What do they call that? From out of the frying pan and into the oven or something when that happens? What's that saying?
I don't know.
Play brings up a 2nd and 13.
But a loss of about 3 on that one. You escape one, and then you have 2 more jerseys tackling you.
And that was important because on first down, Saranac Lake was getting good yardage. Now it puts them into second down and about 15.
Okay, I called it 13. You eyeball it as 15. Let's split the difference. Goose 2nd and 14. The pass, Dupree.
Wait, Joe.
Threw it low. Remillard there on the defense. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
Maybe a little bit gain on that. It's going to be, what, 3rd and 8.
31-yard line of the Indians. The men in blue being tested, and Saranac Lake on the move.
And good pass there, you know. Just a little short pass. Pick up some of the yardage, Foxy.
I'm not sure if we said who that was complete to. I think I didn't say who had the reception. 3rd down play. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Goose Gagnon, Laura Gagnon on camera. Our thanks to the St. Clair family, Steve and Lucy, for their support of Peru Central football. The pitch out, and Joe Pafundi. He turns the corner.
Oh, nice cutback, Foxy.
Inside the 15-yard line, and another first down, Saranac Lake storming.
Yep, and I'll tell you what, he uses his blockers. He cut off his block and enabled him to pick up another at least 70 yards. Foxy, and here comes the Red Storm.
The wind stirring up, sort of like a storm moving in onto the Apple Bowl.
Raffle. Winning ticket number, last 4 digits are 1678. 1678.
7:34 to play in the 3rd quarter. Dupree looks the defense, goes the left side, and Pafundi digs, stays on his feet, got 5 extra yards after he should have been stopped. Martineau tried to clog things up, but he had big 74 Sermonero laying on him.
7-6.
All right, pick up 5 there to the 9-yard line, a 2nd and 5. They continue to pick up big yardage on first down. 2nd and 5. The players along the bench area try to get the Peru fans into this game to psych up the D. From the 9, right on the doorstep of the Indians' teepee. Look at Farrington go to the 3-yard line.
And it's going to give him a new set of downs, Foxy.
1st and goal from, they spotted at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal from the 4, so to open the 3rd quarter, Saranac Lake moves the ball up the field
First and goal.
and all the way to the Indians' 4.
Boy, important here to get this into the end zone, Foxy.
Josh Courier, 51, middle of the defensive line right now. And I'm not sure, boy, look at even the quarterback pushing from behind.
He's close, Foxy.
Who'd they give it to, Farrington?
Yep.
Farrington, the workhorse today.
Tackled by number 51, Josh Career. Gain of about 1. It would be second and goal from the 3.
Farrington, the most carries he had, 14 for 100 yards against Osable Valley 2 weeks ago. Second and goal from the 3.
I'd go right at him again, Foxy, right up the middle.
This one goes to Joe Pafundi, but he was stopped. Who led the attack there? It looks like Keller, one of them. Lyon and Burnell.
And that was a big stand right there. Third down now, and at the 5-yard line, big play here.
The wind has stirred up once again as it was early in the game. Sun shining on the Apple Bowl, however. Our AccuStat thermometer broken for this game. We knew when it said 85 degrees that it was broken, and we just put it away. Third and goal from the 5. We'll see what's in the Red Storm's bag of tricks.
Look for something wide over on the right, Fox.
That's what they do, Goose. They look wide, they go into the end zone, and incomplete off the fingertips of Ben Ellsworth.
I think it was designed either run or pass there, Foxy, from that formation, and he did have a man open, and now it's 4th down, boys. This is a big stand by the Peru Indians, Foxy.
Soderberg into the defense along with Godfrey, replacing Lyon and Courier, and Saranac Lake in this critical situation calls the timeout.
Good timeout here, Foxy. Discuss what you want to do here. Maybe this is the game for you right here, because you want to score and get within a touchdown. And let's see what they call it. It'll be interesting.
Just about a must-score situation here for Saranac Lake. With 4:30 to play in a quick third quarter, the score on the St. Clair's family scoreboard is Peru 20, Saranac Lake Red Storm 6. This is it. Applause from both sides of the Apple Bowl. Dupree steps up, looks at the defense. 4th and goal from the 5, a must score for the Red Storm. They sweep it right. Joe, nothing.
Nice tackle by number 10.
Remillard.
Nice tackle there.
They went to Brady Pratt, the sophomore, the speedster. He couldn't turn the corner on Peru.
Boy, what a big stand by the Peru Indians. Hey, they had it down to about the 1-yard line, I think. Saranac Lake did, and they lost some yardage in it. There was no way Peru was going to let them in here.
You explain it to me, Goose. They got yardage up the middle using Farrington up the middle, 7-8 yards at a clip, and then they get to the 2 and 3 yard line, and then they started going to the outside.
They tried it up the middle, and that's where they lost the yardage, Foxy.
Go!
So, in other words, Peru defense made some adjustments or whatever.
Exactly. And Saranac Lake had the right play called on 3rd down. The rollout right, run or pass. It's just that it fell incomplete, Foxy. They had the right play. They had their chance, but they didn't take advantage of it. Now Peru's got the ball, and now there's a face mask. You're going to pick them up a 1st down. It's up to Saranac Lake to keep Peru pinned down here, Foxy, so they get the ball in pretty good field position. They can't let Peru drive the ball down the field and score.
Okay. A penalty against Saranac Lake makes it a 1st and 1. 1st down and 1. Kelleher shoots at the left side and gets near the 20. That'll be a first down.
And, Peru's doing the job. They're moving the ball, running time off the clock. Saranac Lake can't score, and Peru's got the football.
Dar, part of the defense. Ellsworth, Seminara. Webb, part of the defense. 1st and 10, flags thrown.
And it looks like illegal procedure against Peru.
They were looking at a pass to St. Clair on that one, but it'll be 5 yards against Peru. A 1st and 15 from the 15. The officiating crew of Kokenauer, Tebow, Lamarche. Oh, I've got it there. Steve Mitchell and Tim Paul Hemus, the official timer.
And an excellent job. They've done an excellent job today.
1st and 15 from the 15. It's Ormsby wide left, St. Clair wide right, McCormick in the slot right. Across the middle is St. Clair. McCormick, and they come up short on that one near the 35-yard line. They went the longer pass looking for McCormick.
And Bazile got decked just as he was letting it go. That's why my uh-oh came. I thought maybe it would give Saranac Lake the opportunity for an interception, but it did.
2nd and 15 coming up. Peru deep in their own territory. Smith checks out of the Peru hotel. Ormsby comes our way. Ortel in the slot right. Lyon tight end right side. Out of the shotgun, and Bazile passes and overshoots Ormsby. Ormsby crossing the middle and to the outside, Ortel. Neither one had a chance.
No.
Outstanding accuracy from Bazile throughout the season. And coming into this game, Bazile was 27 for 35, 77.1% accuracy for 499 yards. He's been picked off just once. He had 10 touchdown passes coming in, and he has 2 in this game. 1 to McCormick, 1 to Ortel. 3:24 on the third quarter clock. Kelleher gets back to about the 10, just short. It'll be 4th down, and Peru will have to kick it away.
And Saranac Lake did their job, Foxy. Didn't really let Peru get out of that hole, so they should get the ball back. Pretty good field position.
All right, Saranac Lake with one big scoring opportunity by the boards. In my book, they had to score on that last possession. They didn't, but there looks like they'll have another chance to mount a drive. We'll see what happens here. The Brunel punt, a good one, taken at the 49-yard line and then dropped. Then the pressure on, and he was stopped. 43 Soderberg, first man there, and a nice play for Peru by number 55, Josh Rock.
Oh, and a pretty heck of a punt right there, Foxy. And back to the Saranac Lake not scoring down there. You get only so many opportunities in a game, and if you don't take advantage of them, you got to take advantage of them when you get them.
This drive for the Storm begins at the 45-yard line. Red Storm territory. 2:39 in the third quarter. Storm down 20-6. Joe Pafundi, but that one's stacked up. It looks like Ortel was there. Kelleher credited with the tackle from Rick Spruce, the voice of the Apple Bowl. Dupree back to the Red Storm huddle. We have to mention our viewer survey, Goose. We'll get some of the Peru fans to write into us. We got a viewer survey going.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yes, wait to hear about it. Right after this play, Goose. I'll get the paper ready so I won't waste time.
Good job.
Joe Pafundi tried to break the tackle. Picked up about 5, though.
Yep, good gainer there.
Viewer survey in November and December to finish our most successful year, 2001. North Country Cable Network wants to survey what our viewer base is. Who's watching and where are they from? So send a note or a postcard with your name, address, and phone number to North Country Cable, 7 Saratoga Court, Plattsburgh, 12901, or email me at foxman@westtelcom.com and put viewer survey for the subject. You can win prizes of all shapes and sizes, books, sports memorabilia, gift certificates. You won't know till you are the lucky winner. And during our programs in November and December, we'll draw lucky winners from our viewer survey and send them their prize. So don't delay, get your card in and be eligible for prizes. Incomplete pass off the hands of Farrington with Smith there on the defense. And once again, that address goes North Country Cable, 7 Saratoga Court, Plattsburgh, 12901. Give me your name, address, and phone number, and you could win. We're going to have some cool prizes to give away, but we want to see if anybody's out there watching, and we're celebrating the end of our first year in November and December, Goose. What a year it's been for North Country Cable. We've expanded our coverage. We've taken on many more video responsibilities, and we're real happy. And at our company banquet, I'll have all the statistics.
I
Goose.
can't wait.
What's up here?
We got a holding penalty against Saranac Lake, and boy, that's like a dagger.
Yes. Coach Farmer not happy with that one. 103 in the third quarter. Score remains 20-6, and just when Saranac Lake comes up with a play, they are set back. This time they're at their own 40. This drive started at their own 45. You don't want to go in reverse in the third quarter. Pass here. Coaches up above said passing this way. That one,
That's going to be intercepted.
Burnell blocked it up in the air, and it ended up caught out of bounds.
He was he got hit as he was doing it, and his arm, and it went up in the air. Luckily, the wind took it out of bounds, or it would have been intercepted by Peru.
And with Chris Burnell hanging over you, I'll tell you, I'd release the football in a hurry. He's like a 6', 3 foot can of Mountain Dew, and you're gonna just get right out of the way. And Sonny Burnell came over. Sonny Burnell came over, gave us a chocolate chip cookie. I'll tell you, I think his wife made him. I don't think Sonny made him. Here we go. The fourth down punt now. Kivlin. And that's a short punt, line drive into the bleachers. Nice catch by a Red Storm fan. It will be Peru ball with just 52 seconds in the third quarter. 50 yards from pay dirt. Bazio under center, Josh Courier. The give to Kelleher. Who'd he run into? Oh my, some hard hitting in this football game. Is that Pafundi that put on the hard hit? Goose, remember some of those hard-hitting games you played in?
I sure do, Foxy.
What would you do after a hard-hitting game? Go home and soak in a tub or what?
Well, we used to have a big whirlpool in the locker room. You know, big tub with hot water, and you betcha I soaked right in that. You know, because it was the next day. Like, you know, if we played Friday night, on Saturday we'd have a little light workout, and then, boy, that felt nice. You didn't feel too much after a game. I mean, you got dressed and you left. It was the next day when you got out of bed. That's when you felt the bumps and bruises.
Bazio on the quarterback keeper. And the man who was first to hit him is down at midfield and injured. There is timeout on the field as the third quarter ends. So there won't be much switching to do here. The ball's right about at midfield. They'll just switch sides, and you can see it happening here. After 3 quarters, the score on the St. Clair family scoreboard is Peru Central 20 and Saranac Lake Central The The injured player is Ben Ellsworth. His brother Cy, older brother Cy, is an assistant coach. Of course, Cy played college football at Syracuse University, was a starter there, and I asked Cy before the game if he gets back to Syracuse, and he says he always goes once a year. They have a captain's day when all the captains from the years past go to a particular game, and they all get together and they have a reunion, so to speak, of the former Syracuse captains, which Cy was one of the captains his senior year. And Cy says it's really great. He gets to meet, he's met Jim Brown, a Pro Football Hall of Famer, as a graduate at Syracuse University, and so he gets there at least once a year for a football game. Third down, Ben Ellsworth helped off the field, and here's the pass. Bazzaio airs it out for Ortel on the run, the 20, and out of bounds at the 5. Bazzaio just stood there and fired it to Ortel.
And what an accurate pass there, Foxy. I mean, there was two Saranac Lake defenders right there, but you know, you don't even break a stride. I mean, he puts it right on the money.
This is one of the things about Bazzaio, is that he is accurate, and he's been that way since his Powell football days, for crying out loud. And he's just a junior. Can you imagine that?
Well, I was looking over the lineup here, and there's a lot of sophomores and juniors on this football team here. So, you know, like always, Peru's going to be a force every year.
It started as a 1st and goal from the 7, but before they could get a playoff, a 5-yard penalty offside, so it goes to the 12. 1st and goal from the 12. No scoring in the 3rd quarter. We're just underway in the 4th quarter. Oh, we're glad we're here. Sunny day, Goose. What a beautiful day for football.
It is. It's perfect weather for football. Maybe you don't really want the wind so bad, but otherwise, just gorgeous. Oh, what a
big hole on the right side!
40 goal, Foxley. Look at that 40 goal!
Kelleher scores again. All the penalty did was add 5 extra yards to Kelleher's rushing total, because he gobbled it up in one step.
And that was a big score right there.
A 12-yard rushing touchdown for Kelleher. Huge hole on the right side. We have to credit those linemen. And then the 2-point conversion attempt. Bazzaio looks left side, lofts it for Ortel. 2 more. Bazzaio to Ortel.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, that will get you out of your game plan. Saranac Lake's got to put it up in the air to try to make a run at this, Foxy. But I think it all goes back to that series where Peru didn't allow Saranac Lake to get within 1 touchdown. You know, maybe it would be a different game, but Peru is in real good shape right now.
11:46 to play in the 4th quarter, and the score now is Peru Central 28 and Saranac Lake 6. The line drive kick. Farrington looks for blockers, tries to sweep it, but Remillard again.
Oh boy, he's a tackler, Foxy. He's a tackler.
Saranac Lake from their own 34-yard line, with a lot of work ahead of them. Dupree goes to the air, airs it out, a beauty of a pass, down to the Peru 35, McCormick with coverage.
And the pass was there, Foxy. It looked pretty good from here.
Nice tight pass. I'm trying to catch the number as he goes back into the huddle, who they were looking for. I couldn't catch that number. Might have been 82, Steve Niederbuell. Now you start thinking passes from Saranac Lake. You start thinking interceptions from Peru. Peru with interceptions from Ormsby, Hart, and Remillard and Kelleher. Kelleher's intercepted 1 for a touchdown, as did Remillard. This is Pratt on the carry right in front of us. Across the 40-yard line. Pratt on the carry. Nice pickup of about 8 yards.
And the clock's still running. You got to get into that huddle, call your play, maybe even hurry up offense. But, you know, Saranac Lake's content. The quarterback goes over to the far side of the field, gets the play, and brings it in. And things are a little different than when we played Foxy, of course. You know, you were a quarterback and you called your own plays.
Yes. Much to my chagrin, even once when I had to go in as a freshman quarterback and could only remember 2 plays out of a playbook of about 40 plays. Carl King, I'm sure, will never forget the day. He was a senior quarterback. I was the freshman backup quarterback. First game of the season, I believe it was in Ticonderoga. Carl got knocked out in the second quarter, unconscious. Coach Flynn had nobody to go to but me. 5'6", 120 pounds. I go in, all I could think of was 2 plays, 32 and 33. We go in the huddle, I'd say 32 on 1. Next play, 33 on 1. I went blank goose. 1st and 10, passing the flats, and a first down. Brady Pratt manufactures some yardage to the Peru 40. And Goose, just to finish that story, because I know Carl King would finish it, we lost the game, I believe, 6-0. I think Carl never went back in. I don't remember what happened in the second half. Maybe I went unconscious. but we lost 6-0, and it was the only loss for OLVA that year.
Oh, my.
Complete. Nice pass reception into the hands of Niederbuhl. And Dupree showing the arm to the Peru 25-yard line.
Yeah, no quit, and Saranac Lake, you know, they're making a run at it, Foxy. I'm not sure they have enough time, but let's see what happens.
Well, that's the only thing to question is that every play Dupree's over to the sidelines, and they're playing like it's the first quarter instead of the fourth. 1st and 10, Peru 25-yard line up the middle to Farrington. That's been a good play for 5 yards, and it gets 5 here. Meantime, to Peru's delight, the clock keeps ticking. 9:15 and counting. Lyon in, Martineau in, and Courier in. Soderberg out. Also checking out Morse and Rock for Peru. The 9-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Well, Red Storm gets in. They want, here's a must score. I mean, if there is a chance, they must score here. A fumble in the backfield, then Saranac Lake got back on it.
And another thing I noticed from when we played Foxy, you know, you see assistant coaches would up high scouting out the plays. We didn't have that. You know, your head coach decided on how you were going to, you know, call the plays. But you know, once in a while they would send in plays, what they call. But most often the quarterback called the plays, and he had the authority to change the play at the line of scrimmage if he desired.
Absolutely. Pass at the 20, but missed. He was open, and a chance, I believe that's Niederbuhl again. Let's see, nope, 21, Pratt. Looking for Pratt there. Now a 4th down situation for Saranac Lake. And when Saranac Lake has even gotten near the Indians' front door, the Peru defense has really tightened. Nick Weaver in the audience, one of the top wrestlers in New York State heavyweights, Nick the Dream Weaver. Get a shot of him, Laura, if we can, because he's one of our favorite wrestlers. I imagine he's at college someplace getting an arm lock on somebody. And the pass, Burnell blocked it. Burnell blocked it as Dupree dropped back, but Burnell was there.
That's right, and it went right back to Burnell's hands, Foxy. And, you know, by natural reaction, you catch it. If he would have batted it down, you know, be incomplete, back to the line of scrimmage, you know. So, you know, everything going right for Peru.
Mr. Ray Lee is here along the sidelines, of course. Mr. Lee is here.
At the zone 43.
Exactly 8 minutes to play, and the ball game all Peru's way now.
And you'll see them, I imagine, try to burn off some time off the clock by the running game.
And they tried to go to St. Clair on a slant in. There was Michael Webb trying to pick one off.
So, you know, it's hard to predict what Peru's going to do, Foxy.
Yes.
You can't.
No, with Peru, they can score either way, and with a 28-6 score, they'd be more than happy to add 6 more. And that's what they were looking for there. Break St. Clair open over the middle. Now, interceptions on the Saranac Lakeside, they have picked off 4, including 2 by Niederbuell, number 82. Niederbuell right now with coverage on, looks like maybe Remillard is over there wide right. Maybe it's McCormick. They go right on the option, and Bazayo keeps, stopped short of the 45, so a very short gain. It'll be 3rd and long for Peru Central. 7:45 to play as the clock winds down. Peru 28 and Saranac Lake 6. They said around the North Country, if there's a team that can stop the Peru offense, it is Saranac Lake. They've shortened the Peru offense a bit today. They haven't scored 40. It's been their custom to score 40 or 50 a game, but the game's not over yet.
No, it's not.
44-yard line and a timeout called. 7:11 to play in the 4th quarter. The score on the St. Clair family scoreboard is Peru 28 and Saranac Lake 6. We like it in the bleachers at Peru Central, and part of the fun is during timeouts. Bazayo to pass, lofts it out and off the fingertips of Joe Smith.
Smith opened and it was right there again. You know?
That was so good you could taste it.
Could you have caught that, Foxy?
I would have caught that.
No,
It's a cold day on your fingers. I've been in games like this. I'll cover for Joe Smith because he's one of my favorites. It was right off his fingertips, but those fingers get cold down there. It's a chilly day. He's not wearing gloves either.
I saw that. I wasn't going to make a comment on that.
Do some of the Peru receivers wear gloves? Wonder if some of the Peru receivers wear gloves. St. Clair's got no gloves on, I don't think. Let's see. Fourth down situation, and Mountain Dew Burnell is back at his own 32 to put the toes to it. It's high.
Get away, guys. Get away.
And that
Good bounce. Good bounce.
takes the Indian bounce inside the 30, and that's where Saranac Lake will get it with 6:50 to play in the 4th quarter. Red Storm from their own 36-yard line.
Make up for it, Joe.
Dupree to pass. Pressure on Smith! Joe Smith!
He made up for that missed pass, right, Foxy? He came right back and got a sack, a huge loss. You know, Saranac Lake's got to go back. They got to pass just about every down. Hey, Peru's going to come after him.
Well, Smith just got 10 yards for Peru on that play. It's a 2nd and 20. Goose, so many stars on this Peru team, up and down the lineup, and it's a team full of stars. No one big standout that you say, this is the go-to guy. They have a team full of go-to players.
And that what makes them so dangerous, you know. Anybody, you know, can score.
Nice play. Pratt on his feet, bounced around and crosses the 30. It'll still be well short of the first down. It will be 3rd and about 13. Game clock down to under the 6-minute mark. 28-6 lead for Peru Central. First quarter ended 7-0. Kelleher's 21-yard touchdown galloped the difference. In the second quarter, early on, Saranac Lake looked like they would tie it. They got into the end zone on a Farrington carry. The kick missed. It was Peru 7, Saranac Lake 6. Then 2 touchdown scoring strikes by Peru. The option pass, Pratt airs it out and over the head even of St. Clair.
Pratt's pass is incomplete. Intended for number 82, Steve Niederville.
The 2 scoring strikes in the second quarter, Bazayo to McCormick for 82 yards, made it 13-6, and then Bazayo to Ortel, 39-yarder, made it 20-6. Third quarter saw no scoring, so after 3, it remained 20-6. And then in the fourth quarter, a 12-yard score by Kelleher, the 2-point conversion, Bazayo to Ortel, and that's your 28-6 score. St. Clair will leave this one alone, and it bounds out of bounds near the 30. 5:40 to play. Peru ball in the fourth quarter, and a flags thrown all over. And I know who's one of them. You have to keep your cool head. We lecture this. The coaches lecture this. Boys, boys, boys.
And boy, how would you like to come over to the sideline and talk to your coach about that?
That's right. You can't do it. And Coach Ewald with some words for Joe Smith. I mean, it's obvious to everybody in the ballpark. So, and for a moment, being the aggressive football player that he is, Joe made a mistake, but it's one he'll remember not to do again if he knows what's good for him. You know, your coach and your part parent as part of that, and a reprimand was in order.
Oh yes, Foxy, and you sure have to, and like I said, as long as you learn from it.
And you always want to wear your team colors with pride, and you don't want an unsportsmanlike or any other kind of penalty in this situation where you're ahead and time is running out on the clock, and you just don't want it.
And he, it fails for him to break your record where you never had a penalty in your high school career. I still don't believe that. I wish we had game film, Foxy.
No, I never did have a penalty. Some people don't believe it, but
I don't.
Goose, I didn't have a penalty. You didn't make mistakes like, offsides, or I never went offsides in my life when I was playing. I wasn't on the line. I couldn't go offsides.
Was it hard to go offsides from the bench?
Come on. 5:40 to play, and Goose is on my case. It's Peru 28 and Saranac Lake 6. Procedure penalty against Saranac Lake. Personal foul against Peru. And what we end up with is Peru way back to the 50. Goose, help me out with this yardage. What is that? The 15-yard line.
Personal foul against the Indians. Accepted.
First and
There's also an ejection,
10.
number 36.
Yeah, and an ejection of a ball player. You hate
Fox.
to see that. What a shame. That means he can't play the next game, too. Remillard on the carry and slowing him down.
Remillard carrier.
Oh, I lost that number. I thought it was 82. Niederbuell. Loss of a 1 on the play. It's a tough call when you're ejected from a game because CVAC or Section 7 rules, you sit out the next game. And that's a shame, and that can hurt the team. So hopefully the player will pick up a lesson on that one today.
That probably will be a hard week of practice, huh?
Yes. Give up the middle. Kelleher crosses the 20. Has to get to the 25 for the first down. Time ticking away. And Peru, I will say here, Peru will keep the ball on the ground and hope to pick up another first down or two and burn out the clock. A day that came a lot of expectations. Kelleher to the left side again. He loves that left tackle run. The game for Saranac Lake came to the Apple Bowl with a lot of expectations of ruining homecoming weekend for Peru Central. 4-0 on the season. Their defense telling the story and standing tall in the CVAC. In fact, in team statistics, Saranac Lake on the top of defense, the number 1 defensive team, and Peru second in defense. Team offense, of course, Peru first in the league, Saranac Lake third. Kick here, Burnell with another beauty. Pratt at his own 40.
Guys, right here. Get on, buddy Jay. Yeah.
And once again, Eric Hart. I'll say it again, one of the top coverage men in the CVAC, number 22. 3:37 remaining, and it will be Saranac Lake football. Saranac Lake 49 yards away to open this possession. And Dupree offline. Lyon applying some pressure, got his hands in the way.
And it makes it really tough to pass, Peru knows the pass is coming, and, they're putting the pressure on, and defensive-wise, they're playing back a little bit, giving them plays underneath.
What do you see as maybe a key in the game? Any particular play situation?
Yes, right after this play, Fox.
Second down, the screen, nobody there, and almost caught one-handed by Coach Nyenhouse. He tipped it to Brian Dupree.
The key in the game, definitely, Foxy, was that when Saranac Lake took the second half kickoff, came down the field, and was down to the 2-yard line. Peru came up with a goal line stance. If Saranac Lake scores, the least behind only 20-12. If they don't get the extra point, they're in the ball game. They didn't, and Peru comes down and scores and goes ahead. That was the key of the game, as far as I'm concerned.
Third down play, almost tipped and then incomplete to Pratt. And it will be fourth and time to boot it away. One of the guys who played last year is right near us, one of our favorite guys, Nick the Dream Weaver. And Nick, here at the football field, you missing football at all?
An awful lot.
Wouldn't you love to be out there today?
Definitely.
How do I look in a Peru hat?
Slick.
Now, what are you doing to spend your time now, Nick?
Watching the football games.
Well, how about otherwise? You working or what?
Working, weightlifting, different things like that. Probably getting ready for college.
All right. Well, good luck to you, certainly. Boy, we were there with our cameras for football and wrestling. Back to St. Clair, takes it at the 10-yard line and looks for some blockers. Puts his head down and gets to about the 18, and it will be Peru ball. One last possession, perhaps, with 3:15 to play in the fourth quarter. The score on the St. Clair family scoreboard is Peru 28 and Saranac Lake 6. And the strong wind kicks up again from the 19-yard line. First down. Keller breaks it into the secondary. He may go all the way, folks. This could be an 81-yard run. Nobody can catch him. Keller does it again.
Oh, geez, Foxy, what a game for the number 40. What a game.
Brandon Keller, 81 yards. Oh, that feels good. I'm going to get a bucket of apples out of here. I'm telling you, it's one of those days you want a whole bucket of apples.
Oh, my, Foxy, I guess so. Nice hole at the point of attack, and he just took it all the way, and, hey, nobody gained on him. He shows excellent speed.
Oh, boy, I'm telling you, that is exciting, electrifying. Just when everybody was sitting back on their heels thinking of what they're going to do after the game, Kelleher says this one's not over yet. McCormick the kick, Bazzaio puts it down, and McCormick is accurate once again. Goes, I can't believe it. With 3:02 to play, in the fourth quarter. The score now is Peru 35 and Saranac Lake 6. Kelleher with 3 touchdowns today to give him 14 on the season. From the 22, it's Pratt up the middle. Up the middle, 1 man left, it's Lyon. He was blocked, fought off the blocker, slowed him down. Pratt and Remillard, flag thrown.
Flag on the play.
I thought he was going to go all the way, but boy, it was close, Foxy. Let's see what this flag is.
Brady Pratt shoots up the middle. 1 man left, and the Lion King fought off the blocker enough to slow him down.
And we got a clip here against Saranac Lake, so I was going to bring it back, but it doesn't take away the run.
Great run by Pratt, and they'll sort out this penalty. 2:50 to play in the game. Peru 35, Saranac Lake 6, and the clipping penalty stepped off. 43-yard line of Peru is where Saranac Lake wants to go to work, but they're not ready. They call for a timeout, and it will give time for them to reset some offense, try to get back on the scoreboard. 35 points by Peru today, short of their previous low of 40 against Osable Valley, but 35 coming against the top defense in the league, Saranac Lake. 2:50 remaining, 35-6. Peru over Saranac Lake. Red Storm ready, and of course they'll air it out. Willette in motion, they give to Joe Pafundi. He crosses the 40, short gainer. 2nd and 7. Farrington in the backfield along with Matt Pafundi. He goes to the 35. Steve Soderberg brings him down. And that's the 2-minute mark of this game. Just under 2 minutes now remaining. Goose, as you pointed out, Saranac Lake picked up some yardage on the ground, but have only been able to get 6 points in the end zone.
Yeah, that's right. Give Peru's defense credit. Maybe bent, but didn't break.
Farrington with some yardage. Oh, fumble here. Joe Pafundi with some yardage. Fumble on that play. And maybe
Peru's got the ball.
And recovered by Brian Dupree. So the fumble recovery by Brian Dupree, and Peru gets it on the Saranac Lake fumble. Peru will have the ball one more time. I see Brandon Kelleher, B.J. Godfrey out there. Watch for B.J. Godfrey to get a carry. And Matt Bazzaio out there. Nate Zeron is the backup quarterback. He's had some completions this season. We said the assistant coach is Jack Daly, Mike Zeron, and of course Pat Kelleher. B.J. Godfrey with the carry, and he lumbers his way for at least 5 yards. And Pat Kelleher, the assistant coach, gets a bird's eye view. He's up on top of the press box. You mentioned the assistant coaches who radio to the coaches. Excuse me, the coaches on the sidelines, and that's Pat Kelleher up in the bird's eye seat. Just under a minute remaining in this one. Kelleher and Remillard in the backfield for this play. Bazzaio gives it to Remillard. And he's tackled. 44 seconds remaining. And the Peru Indians let the clock run out following that play, and they can celebrate a team effort all the way. Goose, your closing thoughts.
Well, just that Peru looks awful good, Foxy. I don't know if anybody can challenge them. As long as they stay focused on each and every game that they play, not take anybody for granted, which I don't think the coaching staff of Peru will, they're going to be fine. And, like you said, all-around team, no star that stands out. Anybody can score at any time.
B through Z, this is a quality team from Bazzaio to Zeron and everybody in between. What a team it is. Congratulations to the coaching staff and the Peru Indians for their big win today over previously undefeated Saranac Lake Red Storm. 3 touchdowns by Brandon Kelleher today, and the other score by Mike Ortel. And the other score by Matt McCormick. 2 touchdown passes by Matt Bazzaio into the mix, as well as a 2-point conversion from Bazzaio to Ortel. Our thanks to Steve and Lucy St. Clair for their support of Peru Central football. Thanks to Goose Gagnon for his work with me today. It's great to have my 10-year partner back with me, and thanks to Laura Gagnon for her great work on camera for this one. This is Foxy Gagnon on behalf of everyone at North Country Cable Network, saying as always, final score was Peru Central 35 and Saranac Lake 6. Good night, North!